Hey, what's up? It's Jim, and I just got back from the new film Hyde Park on Hudson. In June of 1939, King George VI and Queen Consort Elizabeth came to visit America. It was the first time the King of England had visited America, and they came to visit Franklin Delano Roosevelt, played by Bill Murray's country estate in Hyde Park, which was off the Hudson, so you know, Hyde Park on Hudson, get it? They came to visit him and experience, I guess, American culture, and also talk about hopefully getting America involved in what would eventually become World War II. It's all told through the perspective of his sixth cousin, who he's having a romantic relationship with, Margaret, played by Laura Linney. When you start off, and most of it's told through narration, and way too much storytelling is done through Laura Linney's narration throughout the film. I've never been one to really harp on that narration is bad storytelling and that it's lazy storytelling. I normally don't feel that. I kind of like narration when it's done right. But in this film, I definitely think it was lazy storytelling, because there's a lot of things that just aren't really shown to you, they're told to you. I think it's a little too tasteful also. Several people have remarked on how it has probably the most tasteful handjob sequence in the history of cinema, and I have to agree. It has a bizarre moral compass to the whole thing. Like, weren't things nice back then when the president could totally be fucking around with all these ladies who weren't his wife and like kind of treating them like shit? Oh man, the 30s were great. Tries to romanticize all this stuff FDR's doing, and it doesn't lead an aura of romance. It just kind of is creepy. Parts of it I liked. I really like Laura Linney. She's the lead, she's narrating it, you spend the most time with her. She's very frumpy. She's not very charismatic in the movie, but she has a charm to her frumpiness that you just can't deny. I was surprised how much I liked following her. And even though everyone told me Bill Murray is FDR, and that's pretty much why I wanted to see this movie, because I thought that sounded like an interesting idea. But Laura Linney was really the one who I thought was the breakout actor of this film. Bill Murray's FDR, it's interesting when he's doing a different role like this. I kind of would actually just like to see a Bill Murray role. I'm less interested in seeing Bill Murray do something like this. It just doesn't really interest me. I mean, couldn't someone else have done this? He was alright. It wasn't this incredible performance that everyone's talking about. I think he's a good actor and he's good at doing different kind of roles, but I'd much rather just see him in a Bill Murray movie, being Bill Murray. And the whole movie, the score with the piano music, it was like putting me to sleep. And this is more of a Hallmark card of a movie. Just everything's perfect lace laid out kind of a film. I didn't feel like it was a really well-made film because of all the narration, and it was so touchy and tasteful. I can get past some of that stuff and tell if something's good storytelling. And frankly, I didn't think the storytelling in this film was very good. I thought it was pretty lazy, very choppy, especially with all the narration in the first act that just covers up actually showing you all this stuff, or actually having these characters build and have them build the relationship between Margaret and FDR. They don't do that. They kind of rush into it so they can get to the part with the king and the queen. And I liked Olivia Colman as Queen Elizabeth. She's very hesitant as Queen Elizabeth. I think she's very good at playing that hesitation, that doubtfulness. I don't really think this is a good movie, and I wouldn't really recommend it. It's too light and too tasteful to really get into itself. I don't particularly like what this movie is kind of saying and how it kind of just tastefully absolves FDR of all his sins. Clearly he was hurting these people, and the film just kind of glosses over it. Just kind of pretends like, oh, weren't the good old days great? They even have a part with an old movie camera, which I was like, oh geez, that's like such a cliche. We're gonna have a film that takes place in the past. Someone's got an old movie camera at a picnic. Oh boy, this is what it was like. People didn't have those fancy iPhones taking video then just to show off this is olden times. Hit me over the head with some of that stuff. And then of course, before the credits, they show you the film they shot. It was trying to be so tasteful, it was tasteless. So if you have seen Hyde Park on Hudson and you would like to talk about it, then comment below in the comments and subscribe if you would like to.